Hey everybody, welcome to SaltyOldGamer, where we're on an airsoft journey and we're sharing everything we learn along the way. Today we're taking a look at the G&G CM16 ARP9 9mm AEG Super Ranger in fire. Whew, that's a mouthful. This little gun has really taken the CQB world by storm, and some people are saying it's a Kriss Vector killer, or at least giving the Krytac Kriss Vector a run for its money. But is it? We're going to dig into it in this review to find out, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome. So this is the G&G ARP9 CQB Super Ranger in fire red. And this is a gun that has been on our wish list for a really long time. And we didn't want just the standard $210 ARP9. We wanted one of these Super Rangers with the dress-up kit. And they're just never in stock. They're always on pre-order. And you know, we waited and we waited and we checked and you know, I just couldn't wait any longer. So sorry, eBay.com. We went with our hometown guys at Airsoft Atlanta, and they had everything we wanted. They had the ARP9 Super Ranger in fire red, which is the one we wanted, with the 1500 drum mag. So they completely hooked us up. And we're really happy to finally have this gun in our hands. I mean, it's a beautiful little 9mm submachine gun, and it's really taken the CQB world by storm. I mean, it's gotten a lot of great press. It has G&G quality that you would expect with it. And there's a lot of people that are even saying that this gun is giving the Krytac Kriss Vector a run for its money. But, you know, that's a tall order, but we're going to dig into it and see. But before we do that, let's see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
All right, guys, today we're unboxing the G&G Armament CM16 ARP9 CQB. And this isn't just the ARP9, this is the ARP9 Super Ranger in fire red. So let's see what we got. All right, so we've got some product, warranty card, catalog, owner's manual, multi-language. And here's the money shot. ARP9 CQB Super Ranger in fire red. Red trigger guard, red trigger, red fire selector, red pins, red bolt catch release, red outer barrel rather, red dust cover, red ambidextrous charging handle, red motor plate cover. Really beautiful. I'm absolutely loving it. All right, so in addition to the gun and owner's materials, we have a petite little barrel rod and a 9mm style winding high cap magazine. Now this is a 300 round high cap. So although it looks pretty small, it actually holds 300 rounds, which is pretty nice. It's got a telescoping PDW style stock with just two positions, it looks like. Let's see if we can get that out. There we go. So there's your extended, collapsed, beautiful little gun. Flat competition style trigger, so you can do your little feathering action. Metal flip up adjustable sights. Full rail on top, and looks like a 5-inch M-LOK rail system on the front. And of course, you got your orange safety tip amplifier. Now, that is all that's in the package because we did opt for the gun without a battery and charger. So there you go, that's the entire package right there. Let's go talk about this gun. All right guys, so let's go over this gun. It's really super lightweight. Obviously it's got a really short stock. I mean, it's basically a pistol shooter. The things that are metal on it are pretty much the things that you see with the Super Ranger Fire Red dress-up kit. So we've got a metal trigger guard, a metal flat competition trigger, which is really nice. You can really get some feathering in there. And we've got metal pins, metal dust cover, metal ambidextrous charging handle, which reveals the rotary style hop-up. And it's got a metal, non-functional, but aesthetic bolt catch release, metal fire selectors between safe, semi, and full auto, and a metal motor plate on the bottom of the grip. And of course, it's got a red metal outer barrel. The rest of the gun is all polymer. It's high quality polymer, but it's extremely lightweight. 5-inch M-LOK rail system on the very front of it. Orange tipped amplifier, which gives it a really cracky sound, which you're gonna see in the test firing sequence here in a few. And it's got a full monolithic Picatinny rail along the top of it. It's not a very long gun, so it's not a very long monolithic rail, but you've got one to mount your accessories on. I have to say though, if you want to mount an optic on this gun, I'm thinking, I don't know, you might have to mount it way forward. I don't know, let's see. Well, I forgot to mention it does have metal flip-up sights, and they are fully adjustable as well. So you could just run CQB with the iron sights if you wanted to. And it's got this PDW style stock, which only has two positions. And even at the outermost position, it's still really a short gun. I mean, this is as far as it extends right here. I'm really squeezing it into my shoulder right here. You know, I'm a fairly tall guy, and it's super short. I mean, for me, this would probably always just be a hands and arms type gun, and never really getting it into the chest here. It's such a light gun, it doesn't really matter. You can still get a good grip on that handguard and really control your aim pretty well. Now, it is a 9mm style mag, and it is ambidextrous by virtue of the release being right behind the magazine where it's reachable by either side. And it is a high capacity magazine, 300 rounds, windable, and it is a little bit difficult to wind because the winding mechanism is recessed in there a little bit, and it's a much smaller wheel, which it has to be for this size magazine, but it's workable. Inside the gun, you've got G&G's version 2 gearbox, which is really battle tested and really renowned by now. And you can have confidence if you're buying this gun that you're getting good quality internals. As we mentioned, it does have a rotary style hop up. The charging handle does not lock back, so if you want to set your rotary hop up, you do have to hold it open while you're adjusting it, which is a little bit of a pain, but again, it's workable. It's got nice stamped trademarks from G&G, and it is licensed in block as well. And I will give you one piece of advice if you're thinking about getting one of these guns. Getting a battery for it is a pain in the butt. You get to the battery compartment by taking off this end cap on the buffer tube, and you're gonna see that inside that buffer tube, there's already a lot of stuff in there. There's the MOSFET and ETU and a fuse and the small to medium adapter already in there. So all of that'll come out of there, but you've got a precious small amount of real estate to fit a battery into that buffer tube. And you know, it's not gonna fit a stick NIM, it's not gonna fit a butterfly NIM, obviously. It's gonna pretty easily fit a 7.4 candy bar or stick style LiPo battery, and it will actually fit an 11.1 LiPo battery, but you can't use the 1200 mAh LiPo battery because that's 5.5 inches and it sticks out of the end. But you could go with the 1000 mAh 11.1 LiPo battery because it's only 4 inches long and it'll fit in there just fine. Unfortunately, all of our batteries that we currently own are all 1200 mAh and they stick out of the end. So I had to go immediately and order a 1000 mAh 11.1 LiPo battery that's only 4 inches long so that I can fit it into this new gun. But other than that, I really can't find anything negative to say about it so far. But you know, as that goes, what we really want to find out is how does this little guy perform? So let's go check that out right now. True to its styling, it is set to shoot at an indoor CQB FPS range. It's got about a 10 FPS variation between 325 and 335 with 0.20 BBs. And we did test this with an 11.1 LiPo battery, so the rate of fire is quite impressive. It's right around 20 rounds per second. Initially firing the gun at a 50-foot distance, the grouping was a little bit spread out, especially on full auto. But as we continued to fire the gun, the grouping was getting better and better, and I feel pretty confident that after a weekend of gameplay, it will have settled in. Can't see him. Okay.
Kobe!
So the guy's shooting perfectly under 350 feet per second for CQB. Now, I gotta be honest, I did feel initially that it was shooting a little bit wild, and actually the hop up turned all the way down was still pushing the BB up a little bit, which was a little bit worrisome because anything over about 75 feet as I was shooting, it could be hard to hit a target because it was spinning it up a little bit more than I would have anticipated. But the good news is, just in the short amount of time that we were doing test firing, and then this is the first time we fired this gun, making this video. Just in that short amount of time, it was already settling down a good bit. And in the initial full auto burst that you saw in the test firing sequence as well, the grouping was kind of all over the place. But when we went to the other angle and we're doing the full auto sequence again, it was already settling down and being more of a BB hose in a stream. So I have pretty good confidence that the spring, the hop up, whatever it may be, just needs to settle in a little bit. It's already settling in pretty well just in the test firing. I think once we get this out for some gameplay, it's gonna be really dialed in. And speaking of the Super Ranger Fire dress-up kit, now if you have a ARP9 already, you can buy the dress-up kit separately for $90. But if you buy it straight from the manufacturer with the dress-up kit already installed, obviously you're saving about 70 bucks. And you know what? It just occurred to me, I should be wearing a red hat with this review. Let me go see if I can find one. And of course, while we had the opportunity, we did switch to the rotary wind-up 1500 round drum mag as well. And this thing is gonna be really amazing. I'm super excited to go put some gameplay on this. You know what? Shout out to House Gamers in Toronto Airsoft, you know, Viva la Canada. Unfortunately, this is the only red hat I own. You know, you'd think in an Atlanta Falcons household, I'd have a red hat, but sadly no, they're all black. So hey, let's finally get to the question. Is this a Krytac Kriss Vector killer? I don't know, man, but based on our research, it's got better weight, better trigger response, better ammo capacity, better distance, and about half the price. I feel pretty comfortable saying that this could easily give it a run for its money, but Kriss Vector killer, I don't know. But this is a pretty amazing gun, and I'm not even primarily a CQB player, but this has really got me excited to go get some play in on it. And once I get that Ace Tech tracer on there, I'm gonna be shooting some Star Wars laser beams. That's gonna be awesome. You know what? Screw that Canada hat, that thing looked dorky. So guys, you all should know by now, if you're not already part of our airsoft journey, you need to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so that you don't miss a single video that comes out every Tuesday with bonus videos on Friday. And you can bet we're probably gonna be coming at you pretty soon with a review of that Ace Tech tracer unit and pew-pewing those laser beams. So make sure you don't miss that. And until then, we'll see you next time.